Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. In this video we will talk about ATP because ATP term has continuously being used in anaerobic respiration, in aerobic respiration because energy is always there, and whenever energy is there ATP is always there because energy is being understood in the form of ATP. So if you haven't watched the initial videos on aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration, then it is very essential to go for them first. Even glycolysis produced energy, a very little energy. So what is this energy in the form of? It is in the form of ATP, which stands for adenosine triphosphate. Now if I talk a little about its structure, that means adenosine is actually being bonded to 3 phosphates. That is why the name is triphosphate, because tri means 3 phosphate groups and here P refers to the phosphate group. So ATP is quite exothermic. Now there are 2 types of reaction, exothermic and endothermic. Exo means to give out, right? So whenever anything is giving you energy, it is exothermic. Giving out energy, it is always exothermic. Whereas endothermic reactions are the ones that require energy. Endo means they will be taking in energy, right? So endothermic, they will always be requiring energy. Exothermic will give out, endothermic will take in. So whenever ATP gets broken down, ATP will be breaking down to form ADP plus a phosphate. This phosphate is inorganic in nature. That is why we write it as PI. PI means inorganic phosphate, right? And here ADP becomes adenosine diphosphate. Okay, adenosine diphosphate. So we have seen that ATP can be broke down to form ADP because now it is being united by adenosine to phosphate. So one phosphate has been separated and this will give us energy. Further, this ATP has broken down already. Now this ADP can further be used to form AMP plus PI plus energy. Because ADP has 2 phosphate groups, right? So it can break down to form adenosine monophosphate. Monophosphate means just a phosphate group is there, one has been separated down to give energy. Now this AMP again can break down to form adenosine and a phosphate. It will be inorganic and energy. So you can see that each step energy was there. Whether AMP was getting converted, then also energy was there. ADP was getting converted, then also it produced energy. So you can see that how much amount of energy is being produced because ATP is always producing energy. So all these reactions will be a part of exothermic one because exothermic reactions are the ones that produces the energy. So we have seen ATP can break down to ADP, ADP can break down to AMP, AMP can break down to adenosine and phosphate group can be separated. So ATP is the energy currency. Plants, animals, human beings, they all take energy in the form of ATP. The synthesis of ATP will be an example of endothermic reaction. For example, if you have adenosine, If you want to add one phosphate group to it, it will become AMP. You need to add energy to this process, right? So this is energy, thus it will fall in the category of endothermic reaction. Similarly, with the help of AMP, we can add one more phosphate group, we can add energy to it, and it will become ADP. This will also be an example of endothermic reaction. If you have ADP, you can add phosphate to it, energy to it, and it will become ATP. This will again fall in the category of endothermic reaction, right? So whenever you are giving energy, it will be an example of endothermic reaction. If it is coming out, it will always fall in the category of exothermic. This video will be very much helpful to the students who are aspiring to prepare for any Olympiad. I hope this is understood by everyone. If you have liked the concept, please don't forget to hit the like button. Consider subscribing and sharing it with maximum number of people. The question for this video is ATP breakdown an example of exothermic or endothermic reaction? You need to tell that ATP breaking down category of exothermic or endothermic. You can write your answers in the comment section. A reward will reach out to you as soon as you give the answer, and your name will be taken if you are continuously participating in such type of questionnaires. See you in next video, where we will be discussing an activity on the respiration.